get the devil out of your house. It is good. I do fucking loads of traveling too. I'm one of those people, right? I have this theory. I think nobody in the world, no person in the world is more than like 10 feet away from a genuine fucking nutcase, right? But for some reason, I always meet them, right? Tell you this story. A guy phoned me up recently and he said, Mick, I want you to come out to the Middle East and do a gig in Bahrain in the Middle East. And I was like, that's not a great idea. Because I've seen the news and I'm a bit of a dirty comedian and they'll cut my hands off. And he said, Mickey, don't worry about it. It's not actually a gig for Middle Eastern people. He said, it's a gig for British expats living in Bahrain. And I was like, well, I'm definitely not fucking doing it. So I could just see what that would be like, you know, just them throwing coins while I dance. They'd be like, do another one, Paddy! And I'd be all upset because I don't have a comeback like it's Mick, actually. And here's what happened. So he told me how much they were going to pay me. I was like, what time's the fucking flight? So I got on the plane. Now, I'm usually quite polite on aircraft. I'm usually quite nice on planes, right? But it was a British Airways flight, okay? Now, for some reason, because it was a British Airways flight, I was going through my whole Irish change. I decided I was going to get revenge for the famine. This thing hadn't even took off yet, and I was like, ping, double whiskey and Coke, please. Ping, double whiskey and Coke, please. A ping, double whiskey and Coke, please. The stewardess came down, she was like, Mr. Bartlett, I think you've had enough. I was like, I think Brexit's a bad fucking idea. Ping, whiskey and Coke, please. Now the flight took off. Now here's the thing. Do you know how, right, do you know the Middle East, right? Do you know, right, okay. Do you know how ever since that thing that happened that time in America, remember the... Oh, another one, fuck me. Right? 9/11, if you don't know, right? For those of you who don't understand mime, right? I think people in the Middle East have kind of been a wee bit fucking demonized, right? Do you know what? I know how it feels, because I'm from Northern Ireland, right? I know what it feels like to just open your mouth and have English people go, oh fuck, something's going to explode. I've actually written this play, right? I'm going to take it to like the Edinburgh Fringe and go all over the world next year with it. It's about a guy from Belfast and a guy from Afghanistan, right? And they meet up and they talk about their shared experience of being downtrodden by society, yeah? And they're going to change the world through peaceful means, yeah? The working title is Jihad Made Hello. If you'd seen your faces, you'll go, I think he's fucking serious here. He said we weren't going to fucking learn nothing, right? I think as well, do you know how sometimes when you hear Arabic, you can get a wee bit nervous, right? I think all the bad guys in movies speak Arabic, and that's why we think it's a wee bit nerve-wracking, right? But I also think sometimes any language you don't speak can sound a bit weird. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you ever be in a shop and you hear two French people speaking, and within 3 seconds you're like, they're fucking talking about me? Do you know what I mean? They'll be like, oh, François, où est la bibliothèque? You're like, what the fuck's a bibliothèque? Is it on my face? Fucking Spanish hair. I realize on this flight, right, if you hear Arabic right beside English, yeah, you realize it's the exact same message. It's just that Arabic takes way, way longer, right? So the flight was in the air a few minutes, and the stewardess came on, and she said, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're currently raising money for comic relief. If you have any spare change, please place it into the baskets provided. Yeah? 3 seconds later, exact same announcement in Arabic. It's like Sambakallah, Sambakallam. Salakam, Salakalla, Sambakallah, Ambakallah, Sambakallah, Lakalam, Zakalla, Kamalla. Comic relief, Sambakallah. So it's a 7.5-hour flight to Bahrain, right? I'm drinking whiskey and Coke and free in Ireland the entire fucking way, right? By the time I got to Bahrain, I was shit-faced. I was drunk, right? Proper drunk. And I got off the plane, and there was a man standing holding a sign with my name on it, right? And I was like, Mommy, I've made it. Right? And I went up and I said, hello, I'm Mickey Bartlett. And he said, hello, Mickey, my name's Nigel. And I was like, fuck you, Nigel, you English bastard. It's just the word Nigel. It's like the only two people, I think Nigel Dawes, Nigel Farage, both dicks. Do you know what I mean? I think Nigel is the most offensive N-word. There, I said it. So we get in Nigel's car, right? And Nigel goes out, he goes, Mickey, would you like to go straight to your hotel? Or would you like to maybe go for a beer? And I was like, Nigel, I've been drinking in the sky for 7.5 hours. I'd fucking love a beer, big man. Now that was a mistake, okay? Because Nigel was a lunatic, okay? As soon as I said I'd love a beer, Nigel went from being Nigel to being like, fucking Nigel, mate! The fucking, oi, hey! Let's go fucking mental, Bahrain's not the Oriental! So Nigel took me to a nightclub, a Middle Eastern nightclub. Now, here's the thing, the dance floor of this nightclub filled with Middle Eastern men, right? But for some reason, dressed like spies. Don't know why, head to toe super dry. No fucking idea why, right? And around the outside of the dance floor, right, was sort of middle-aged elderly white men, right? And beside each one of these men, there was quite a young, quite scantily clad lady, okay? Now my first thought was, Bahraini Tinder is fucking brilliant. These boys are cleaning up. Okay? Took me a good few minutes to realize that every woman in this nightclub was a prostitute, right? So Nigel gave me some advice. He goes, Mickey, listen, mate, listen, right? Mickey, yeah? He goes, if one of the girls comes over, and she asks you, to buy her a drink, yeah? She don't mean a fucking drink, mate, does she? She means she wants to fucking... I'm like, Nigel, don't worry about it, I'm fucking steaming. Right? So Nigel goes, right, I've got to take care of some business next door, I'll be back in a minute. Nigel fucks off, and I'm standing there by myself, right? I took out a cigarette, and I lit my cigarette, because you can smoke inside in Bahrain, because it's a very forward-thinking country. Having a wee smoke. And after a few minutes, I see one of the women approach me from the smoke-filled atmosphere of the dance floor, right? And I thought, well, I know what I'm going to do here. I'll do what any good brave Northern Irishman would do in that situation. I just stopped looking at her. I was like, if I don't turn around, she won't be there. Fucking worked for Jesus. So. And she tapped me on the shoulder. I turned around. She was from Thailand, okay? I said, where are you from? She said, I'm from Thailand. She said, where are you from? I said, I'm from Ireland. She said, that's so funny. My name's Siobhan. I was like, is it fuck? I said, Siobhan, do you know what? I might not respect your line of work, but that market research is top notch. Fair play to you. So now I'm talking to a Thai prostitute. I don't know what to say to a Thai prostitute, right? So I just started asking her the same questions people ask me about stand-up. I was like, Siobhan, are you full-time? Do you have anything on YouTube I could look at? Tell me this, Siobhan, have you ever met Michael McIntyre? So then Nigel came back out. Nigel sees me talking to Siobhan. Nigel assumes I'm about to do something fucking illegal, right? Nigel's going, Mickey, you dirty little paddy fucker. I'm like, that doesn't even make sense, Nigel, right? And I hate Nigel at this point. I fucking hate him, right? But I don't have anywhere to sleep. So I can't piss Nigel off, okay? So I ended up going, what, me? Her? And Siobhan started crying. Yeah, I made a prostitute fucking cry. Like being sex trafficked was the second worst thing that happened to her. So Nigel takes me into this other room, right? He goes, now Mickey, right, listen, mate, right? Whatever goes on in this room, go along with it, because these boys are fucking serious. You're gonna meet the membrane. I was like, what? It turns out Nigel knows a guy who's called Hussein, and he's a bit fucking crazy, so they call him Hussein in the membrane. So, he has a song, they're all Hussein in the membrane, Hussein in Bahrain, right? So we go in this room, there's about 13 Middle Eastern guys in this room, but these guys aren't dressed like the guys on the dance floor, right? These guys, it's not super dry, these guys are in the full fucking, like the home kit. But there's like legs missing and eye patches and stuff, and I'm like, oh fuck Nigel, I'm not supposed to be here, mate, right? So Hussein sees, he's like, Nigel, my friend, it's good to see you, and he goes like this. And a woman came out of her room, right? And she had a tray with beers on it, okay? So we're all having a beer, having a wee drink. I'm having a nice time. I'm starting to realize these guys are actually all right. I'm thinking we've actually got quite a lot in common, you know? And after a few beers, Hussein goes like this. And another woman came out and she had a tray with shots that were on fire, okay? I'm like, Hussein, what are these, bro? He's like, do not worry, it will blow your head off. I'm like, that's not fucking funny. I'm like, I've had an Irish car bomb, but this is fucking about. Then we're having a couple of shots. We're having a great time, right? We're actually really bonding. All of a sudden, these guys start showing me, like, traditional Middle Eastern dances. I was showing them traditional Western dances, like. Then after a couple of shots, Hussein went like this. And a woman came out of her room, okay? And she had a tray with white powder cut up into little lines on it, okay? I'm like, Nigel, what is this, mate? He's like, it's fucking cocaine, mate. It's fucking cocaine. Now, here's the thing, I don't take drugs, right? I'm going to tell you this right now, Belfast, I'm telling you right now. I don't care who you are, okay? I don't care how sober you are. I'm telling you this. If you're in the Middle East and you've nowhere to sleep and a man with an eye patch tells you to do a line of coke, you're fucking doing a line of coke, right? So I do a line of coke, Hussein does a line of coke, Nigel does a line of coke, the place goes fucking mental, right? These boys are all cheering, Mickey, Mickey, Mickey. I'm thinking, holy fuck, I've just joined ISIS, right? They're going, Mickey, Mickey, right? The tray comes back, there's a fourth line on the fucking tray. I'm going, Nigel, I'm not supposed to do another one. He's going, Mickey, Mickey. I'm like, fuck it, it'll be rude not to. I'll smell it, right? I did a second line of coke. These men lost their fucking minds, right? These boys started singing, hey, Mickey, you're so fine in Arabic. It took forever. They're going, Sambakallah, Sambakallah, take me by the... Then Hussein went like this. Another prostitute walked into the room. Hussein's like, Mickey, this is my friend, Fanula. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing with these women's names, Hussein? He said, Fanula, you take Mickey next door, you buy him drink, huh? And Fanula went, me? Him? And I started fucking crying. Jesus Christ.